So, an Alaskan judge is under investigation for getting with his clerk and talking nasty, causing a hostile environment to his staff. Alright, son, get on back here. So, today on Rational Lunatic Media, you heard it, an Alaskan judge has resigned and is under investigation for actual misconduct with his clerk and causing a racy, hostile environment to his clients, or, to his, not clients, to his staff. Today on Rational Lunatic Media, coming to you from Rational Lunatic and Officer Dick Piggins, as always, of course. Before we get started, kick that kick that like button, punch that subscribe bell or button, flick that ding notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. And if you're on TikTok and this video goes a little too long, which this one might, because we have the report that came out after his initial resignation, and there is an update 5 days ago. So we're going to read both reports. They might be a lot of the same facts in each report, obviously, but we're going to go through both of them. They're not very long, but just in case the video goes a little too long, jump over to YouTube, where you can always catch the full content there. Also, if you want to know about my not safe for life news, same type of news, corrupt officials, corrupt cops, corrupt judges doing really, really heinous things, jump over to my Patreon, linked in my YouTube, $5 a month, members only, not safe for life news. There's about 40 stories, something like that on there now, and I will be dropping a couple every Wednesday and Thursday. So tomorrow and Thursday. And with that being said, excuse me, let's get into this juicy little nugget, shall we? All right. You want to do the honors of reading the heading? Yeah, I'll do it. Screw it. All right, well, you read. Trump appointed Alaskan judge resigns after Eschrel misconduct investigation. Panel says Joshua Kindred subjected staff to hostile work environment and had inappropriate relations with his clerk. All right, I'll continue from that point. A federal judge in Alaska who abruptly resigned last week subjected his staff to a hostile work environment and engaged in an inappropriate sexual relationship with a law clerk, a U.S. judicial panel said on Monday. The Ninth Circuit Judicial Council publicly reprimanded and admonished the U.S. District Judge Joshua Kindred, an appointee of the Donald Trump White House, who submitted his resignation from his life-tenured position. Life-tenured position? Can you get a position just for the rest of your life? Is that what that means? Anyway, on Wednesday, after joining the bench in 2020. The council, in a 23rd of May order made public on Monday, said it had requested his resignation while at the same time referring his case to the federal judiciary's top policy-making body so it could certify the matter for Congress, which could then weigh pursuing a rare impeachment of a federal judge. Quote, the judiciary is entrusted to self-govern and in doing so must hold its federal judges to the highest standards of integrity and impartiality. The Chief U.S. Circuit Judge Mary Marguia said in a statement. Kindred, age 46, did not respond to requests for comment. I'll bet he did not. He told the council his, quote, great sin here was the fact that during this period of time, I treated my law clerks as friends rather than employees, according to nine-member panel's 30-page order. The order said an investigation found that Kindred created a hostile work environment for his clerks by frequently using inappropriate language and discussing with them his life, their relationships, and his disparaging views of colleagues and public figures. He just ran his mouth lot, talked crap about other colleagues to his, clerk and staff, and had inappropriate relations with the clerk. That's his only sin. You know what I mean? He really just treated them like friends and close relatives. And that's all he really did. The order said an investigation found that Kindred created a hostile work environment for his clerks by frequently using. Oh, I read that part. Excuse me. An investigation committee found that Kindred had an, quote, unusually close relationship with one of the clerks, and that a week after she began a job in a prosecutor's office, Kindred asked her out for drinks, kissed her, and grabbed her buttocks. Days later, the clerk said the judge invited her to an apartment he was staying in, asked her to lie down on a bed with him, and performed mouth to midsection resuscitation on her, the committee found. The Judicial Council said that Kindred later lied to the investigative committee by denying having any actual encounter with the clerk. I hope you appreciate this article. Oh wait, that's what's. Oh, by the way, this article was written by The Guardian, and let's get into the next article about this. Because there has been an update, so let's just find out what the update is. And this one is written by the Alaskan News Source. It says, resigned Alaska federal judge had conflict of interest in 23 criminal cases, federal prosecutors say. Anchorage, Alaska. Threatening to take action, Alaska's Federal Public Defender's Office is expressing concern with the U.S. Attorney General's Office after U.S. District Court Judge Joshua Kindred resigned following an investigation that revealed he had engaged in inappropriate conduct with attorneys who appeared before him. An email obtained by Alaska's news source shows an exchange between the Federal Public Defender's Office and the U.S. Attorney's Office in which federal prosecutors identified nearly 24 criminal cases. They claim Kindred had a conflict of interest due to relationships with Attorney General's Office prosecutors. Firearm, drug trafficking, assault, and money laundering are among the multiple types of cases cited in the email. So yeah, because he thought he could do what he wanted, this really just shows entitlement of power. But because of that, a lot of cases, which, I mean, whatever, awesome, you know what I mean? Awesome for the people that actually committed their crimes. But a lot of these cases, or if not all of them, are going to be dismissed, and you'll see as we read further. In one of the emails, Public Defender Jamie McGrady expresses concern the U.S. Attorney's Office failed to disclose conflict of interest despite discovering them as early as November 2022, around the time of the Judicial Council of the Ninth Circuit Circuit's misconduct allegations. So this started back in it started before 2022, but his office, the public defender's office, or not public defender, the district attorney's office knew of all of his misconduct allegations and did nothing for years. Imagine that. According to their investigation, Kindred had inappropriate relations with at least 3 assistant U.S. attorneys, including allegations Kindred received nude photographs from one prosecutor who practiced before him and engaged in a sexual relationship with a former law clerk who was working as a prosecutor. See, and this is why I'm reading the update, because all we knew about was, the law clerk and the fact that he made the environment for other employees hostile. But now, coming to light under this investigation, they're finding out there's a lot more. I mean, he was having inappropriate relations with prosecutors. So that's a big conflict of interest, because if he's messing around with the prosecutor and they're like, "Oh, this perp is guilty. Can you help me?" Then he's gonna feel obligated to help that person convict somebody, and they may not even be guilty. You know what I mean? He's just helping the prosecutor win because she's all up on that, thang. And God, man, that's just so disgusting. Could you imagine being someone up there fighting for your life, fighting for your freedom? Don't matter because the prosecutors got the judge in their lap. I mean, or vice versa. Let's see. Responding to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Oh, and it says here he had a relationship with the former law clerk, who was also working as a prosecutor. So the law clerk was also working as a prosecutor. That's your people. It's your people. It ain't my people. No, that's your people, bro. Responding to the U.S. Attorney's Office, spokesperson Regan Zimmerman told Alaska's news source in a statement, quote, "This office has obligations to disclose and avoid potential conflicts of interest. We have and will continue to fully comply with all obligations and will supplement our disclosures as required." When the office learned of misconduct allegations, the United States Attorney reported the information to the appropriate disciplinary authorities responsible for investigating the veracity of the allegations. In the emails, McGrady wrote that her office expects to make further requests for disclosure, writing, quote, "We are prepared to litigate fully any case in which our client was potentially prejudiced, was potentially prejudiced." I'm so ridiculous. I'm redundant sometimes. Prejudiced. Simple word. I don't think I've seen that word before actually written out. But anyway, our client was potentially prejudiced by the conflicts of interest. McGrady also said in appropriate cases, her office intends to ask for sentences and conditions to be vacated and charges to be dismissed, which they should be. If someone's case was prosecuted by by someone who was in this judge's lap, it should be dismissed, no matter what it is. That sucks to say, because there's some cases that can be really messed up, or at least they should be reinvestigated, evidence brought back forth, a whole new trial, because that's so wrong. That is so wrong. Kindred, who was appointed by former President Donald Trump, resigned on July 3rd. Yeah, pretty wild one. Any thoughts on your end? No. No. I think it's good he resigned. Other than that, I don't know, man. Come on. Quit putting me on the spot like that. Man, bro, you're a cop, dude. I want to know what you think. You know what I mean? If you have any insight on this, well, I don't, okay? Leave me alone, man. Come on. Alright, whatever, man. Maybe in the next one you'll have some actual input. But until then, if you made it to the end, you made it with us. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. Say thank you. Thank y'all. Uh, yeah, man. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like, subscribe button. Don't be scared. Get to know us. You just might like us in the long run, even if you don't right now. Um, but yeah, thank you for being here. Get out there, have some fun, get some sun, and as we always say, y'all, stay healthy, stay free, and until the next time, y'all, stay wild.